Guys, welcome back to a super quick Rick the Spud mechanic video. I'm not a mechanic, but if you are struggling bleeding the coolant on your Honda Acty, then this is the video for you. Now, I've changed the water pump as part of the timing belt service and also changed the thermostat, which meant I had to bleed all the coolant, and I've been faffing and mucking about with bleeding the coolant on this Honda Acty for the last 2 hours, and I've finally cracked it. So I'm going to run through what you need to do. First thing is, get the front right up in the air, get the bottom of the dash off, because that is going to make it a lot easier, and that's where your coolant cap is. I've literally just topped it up and it's gone down again. Then engine cover off, and you've got these two bleeders on top of the engine there and there. They're 12 mils, and what I've actually also been using, if I can find it, is my brake bleeder, because it fits perfectly on there. And then 12 mil, crack that off, and then that's lovely coolant going up there. First time you do that, there's loads and loads of air and air bubbles coming out. A couple of little air bubbles, not too bad. So when you start getting near the end, it's then all like foamy and whatever, but you basically want to do it until it runs clear like that. Then under here, drop the spare wheel, and I put a little cloth on there because you're going to put your head on there. Once it's jacked up, use axle stands if you want. I'm living on the edge and I can't be bothered. Under here, so there's a 10 mil on this pipe here, and on this pipe there's a 10 mil there. This one's at a bit of an angle, so you actually come at it in between these two pipes. Some people have reported getting them undone is a bit of a faff. They were like not too tight, but they weren't too bad. Put a ratchet on, or a 6-sided socket if you don't want to round it off. Also, I've got a torch in here so I can see what I'm doing. These aren't bleed valves at the top, they're actually just like bolts. They go all the way in, so you've got to unwind them quite a lot before you start hearing any air coming out. And then when I screw them back in, I literally just do it pinch tight with my fingers, because once you've been for a drive round, you're going to come back to these and undo them anyway. So at the moment, these are just finger tight. When I first undid these, loads and loads of air came out of these. Every time I've checked these now, hardly anything's come out of them, but it's worth checking them. So what you do, fill this up with as much coolant as you can till it is full to the top. It will glug away for a bit. Don't pour it in too fast, because it will just overflow. If it does overflow, it just runs around here and it just runs out on the floor underneath, so don't worry too much about that. And have a squeeze of these rubber pipes under here that come off where the thermostat housing is. Got rubber pipe there, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Don't do that with the radiator cap on, because otherwise all you're going to do is just push the coolant out the top. So put the radiator cap on, give that a squeeze. Then you come and crack these pots off, get a load of air out. Once you've got a load of air out, come back over here, fill that up again. Keep doing this until you've got no air coming out of here. Then go under here, undo these, get a load of air out. Once you've got a load of air out, fill that back up again. Once you fill that back up again, do these bleeders. Then when you can't put any more water in anywhere, then run it. Make sure, most important, is the heater is on heat. Doesn't matter what the fan's doing, just make sure the heater is on heat, otherwise it's not circulating around the heater matrix as well. While it's running, keep an eye on this. Keep topping it up, keep topping it up, keep topping it up. It might bubble, it might bubble. A couple of people have said give it a shake. Obviously be careful, because you're on the jack stands, to see if the level goes down. I'll be honest, I've done that at not one single point by shaking it. With it jacked up or on the ground, did I manage to get it to go down. If a load of bubbles come out of just the front bit there, that's a pipe which just leads to the expansion tank, which is here. I made sure that that's when I first started, that was about half full. If you overfill where the radiator cap is and it goes down that little hole at the front, then it just pours into here and it just fills up this. So don't worry too much about that. Then keep an eye on your temperature gauge. Now, I first of all had it that it was got to the point where it was overheating, and then I switched it off. This was full. Didn't get much more air out of there, didn't get much more air out of there. Then I took it for a quick drive. So lower it down, obviously make sure your spare wheel's clipped up, then go for a drive round. I've just driving around the farm here. Try and get it so that you're driving uphill and downhill and slightly to the left, slightly to the right. Then when I came back here, this was empty, but I was getting warm air coming out the heaters, because when I first started driving it, the temperature gauge was right up fairly high, but I wasn't getting any heat out of the heater vents. Then when I started driving up the hill, the temperature gauge dropped all the way to the bottom, because obviously there's a big airlock in there somewhere. Then I started getting hot air out of the air vents, and then it came up to the middle, which is roughly where it should be. Then when I came back here, this was empty. Then jack it up, do it all again. Literally keep pouring water in there, keep undoing the 2 valves under there, keep undoing the 2 valves under there. Then go for another drive and literally just keep doing that until the final time can't fit any more water in there, or coolant, or a coolant mixture, whatever you're putting in. Then I'll fill this back up to the top, couldn't get any more air out. I've gone off for a cup of tea, nice milky brew. When I've come back, that's empty again, so it's still finding air out. So if you can leave it sat here for like half an hour, then do that, go and have a cup of tea. When you come back, I'm now going to fill it up again, then go for another drive round. But most important, I've got heat coming out in the cab, hardly any air coming out of there, hardly any air coming out of there, so we are winning. Yeah, there you go. So if that's helped one person not go through the nightmare that I've just had, then it'll be worth it. I've got to move now because my dad's just come back in a Land Rover. Like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.